Hi guys, it's still the 14th of August 2018, and I found this over at thetruepundit.com. It's an article posted August 14th by the Investigative Bureau. Investigative journalists found dead in D.C. hotel room weeks after reporting Bill Clinton to the FBI and DHS for allegedly raping a boy. Investigative journalist Jen Moore was found dead in a suburban Washington, D.C. hotel room Monday, according to police, and shocked and distraught friends and colleagues. Moore died of an apparent seizure. Police are closely investigating the cause of death after former FBI agent Robin Gritz, a friend of Moore's, made inquiries with homicide detectives Monday afternoon in Prince George's County, Maryland. Preliminary reports from police said the death was not the result of suicide. Moore's body was found by employees at the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson, Washington, D.C. East in Capitol Heights, Maryland. The investigation is ongoing. An autopsy had not been scheduled as of late Monday. Moore, an advocate who investigated abused and trafficked children, had been in the process of investigating allegations by a 26-year-old man that as a boy he was sexually assaulted by Bill Clinton and pimped out at private sex parties attended by other D.C. elites. In fact, just 4 weeks before her death, Moore filed details of the alleged victim's claims with the Department of Homeland Security, detailing the allegations against Clinton. Moore contacted Homeland Security beginning on July 6th through July 9th, records show. A week later, she contacted the FBI with identical details about the victim and the shocking allegations against Clinton. That was probably her fatal mistake. We'll see why in a moment. FBI sources report no case has been opened on the evidence supplied by Moore. Go figure. Homeland Security officials could not be reached for comment. Moore had approached True Pundit's Thomas Paine in June with the allegations against Clinton. Paine conducted a series of face-to-face interviews with Moore and the alleged victim in various locales. By July, the victim agreed to tell his story to Paine, but Moore and the traumatized victim wanted to contact Homeland Security and the FBI first to see if they could open a criminal case against Clinton prior to publicizing the claims. Jen thought that with a criminal probe, federal agents could use the victim possibly to dangle in front of Clinton to see if he made a mistake or tried to pay him off. Now that sounds kind of odd to me. Sounds like you're throwing a pig in a poke there. Paine said she was worried about the safety of the victim and was working to find him safe harbor until the story broke. Now she's the one who turned up dead. Paine and the True Pundit were vetting the details provided by the victim. Paine said the allegations were credible, unquote unquote, and the victim's testimony and details were beyond convincing. Paine said Moore accepted the risks of the story and understood things could get very ugly very fast. Per conversations with the True Pundit. There's a screen here that says, have you contacted them? I have appointment at HSPI in the morning. Are you going to show his face? I'm afraid Rosenstein will have him offed. He's a BC protector. We all can conjugate that one, I think, right? I have considered bringing him here for some sort of protection, not sure. Yes, I agree, tick-tock. She was worried about the victim because he was the first to break the ice, Paine said. There were others waiting to tell their story, but he was the catalyst. Did she think she could be harmed? Absolutely. This woman was fearless, absolute warrior, a former cop. I don't think she was afraid of anyone or anything. According to interviews, the victim in the case claimed he was sexually assaulted by Clinton on a yacht in New England and knows the identities of several other child victims who were subjected to identical abuses. The victim also confirmed he witnessed other children and people being sexually and physically abused and possibly worse on numerous boat parties. These parties were attended by elite members of D.C. political class, according to Moore and the victim. Both young boys and young girls, the victim said. If that doesn't sign their death warrant, I don't know what would. Moore supplied these details to federal agents and documented the interactions with a number of alleged victims. Within a month, she's dead. And here she says, okay, we'll work towards that goal in New York City, right? Just know you will be talking to an extremely traumatized young man. He shakes while he talks about these events often. I will help him through the PTSD part, but wanted you to know. In exchange, below, Moore discusses an extended stay with the alleged Clinton victim after his interview with Payne. During the interview, the victim sporadically vomited and shivered as he recalled details of his alleged abuse. And there's the you can freeze frame this and read this if you want, but it's basically saying the same thing. The only thing I see in here is Trump has sent the top FBI are blackmailed or involved. Trump has sent ICE HSPI unit after child trafficking. That is why the Dems and some R's are trying to disband them. Now, I didn't know about that either. They're trying to disband Trump's group that's trying to save the children. I met one. He said all that unit does is go after child trafficking, ritual abuse, etc. And the FBI just tries to block them from getting to politicians, elite, etc. I met an agent that works for HSPI who told me personally, I know an FBI agent contractor who personally trafficked his son as well as other children, uses government computer to produce child porn, has top secret clearance. Mother and children interviewed in 2015, Lion agents horrified. Top brass renewed his security clearance and his contract. This story is developing, so let's keep a watch on. Again, this is a true pundit. Y'all have a nice evening.